Hi there. May I present to you Harvey the RV. Today I'm working on the winterizing him. So I'm putting on a skirting. Here, I'll show you. All of the, this is old metal roofing that we're recycling. So I'm wrapping that around the bottom there, and then I'll paint that white like that is. This too. But I'm putting in this purple foam insulation on the inside. That of course will go to the ground. I'm building little, just basic wood frames because the roofing of course is flexible. I want to have something to kind of hold it rigid, and then I'll kind of backfill some of the dirt up against it. The purpose of doing this is that all of the plumbing and everything for the RV is underneath. The whole water holding tanks, the waste tanks, everything is underneath Harvey the RV, and in order to leave water in it, has a 100 or 200 gallon tank for fresh water. We need to not freeze. We're going to insulate it, and then probably we have to research what type of a heater we're going to use. It'll be electric, whatever it is. We have power, but it's got to be something safe just to keep it above freezing, so that when it gets down to 0 or 20, or it doesn't usually get below 0. I mean, a little bit, but not like for days on end. Anyway, this is all Fahrenheit, of course. We need it not to freeze. So we'll try and keep it above freezing, and that's the plan. So I'm working on putting this metal sheeting, we're calling it a skirting, on. Then I'll paint it white once it's all done. So it doesn't look quite so hillbilly, because trust me, it's pretty hillbilly. Anyway, I'm thankful we got this recycled roofing. I'm not sure I'll have enough to go around. Probably. It's possible, but we'll see. Anyway, you're welcome to watch as I work a little bit. It's definitely a job for gloves. I have a whole bunch of used self-tapping metal screws. I'll try and get rid of those too. Up on YouTube University, baby! I have no idea how actual roof cutters, like people working with stuff, cut it. I basically am sacrificing a older blade on my little Ryobi circular saw. Just cutting it. And here you go, baby. This is a horrible chop. And it's really loud. So get ready, man. It's horrific, isn't it? Pretty good. As good as he's going to get, man. stupid cut thumb. See how much extra room I have on there? It makes it really hard to hold screws. Whine, whine, moan, and complain. Because these are used, some of them are really dull. Drilling new holes. Okay. Oops. Like I said, these are used and they're a little dull, but I like to use them up. There we go. Nice. Just have a whole bunch more to do. Good morning. It's chilly today. I think we're finally out of the 40s. We might be up to 50 already, but anyway, made for a slower start. So it's 10 a.m. and I'm gonna head back and do the skirting on Harvey that I started yesterday. I'd like to show you what I got done. This section here needs to get screwed in and finalized. Maybe I'll start with that. This is our little access panel. Put in a little hook. It's crudely hinged so we can access underneath when we need to. It's gonna get really dark in there as soon as I close it up though. Little hook, an eye, and then some cheapo hinges. Anyway, so we've got the skirting wrapped all the way around the back side now. Look, Stanley just peed on it. It's not for peeing. Got it running down here, and then I'll take off down the length of Harvey there. Hoping I can bang out. Wow, man, it'd be great if I could get all the skirting done today and then just have to do the insulation. Of course, that's no fun because you have to be on your belly underneath Harvey. I'm gonna go look and see what kind of old scrappy tarps we have. I was thinking I wanted to lay those down on the ground in here for when we do go in there. And I'm gonna kind of brush away the rocks on top of the surface so that we can crawl around without hurting our knees. Those are all the things I'm planning on doing. Anyway, I'll try and video some of that so you can see what I'm up to. Let's go see what Bruce is doing while I get my safety glasses. Hi, Bruce.
Hello.
What did I come in here for? Oh, my glasses. Yeah, that cutting that metal is. Don't want to do that without safety glasses. All right, I'm gonna go do my fun job. Yay! Hey, get out of my garden, Millie. Pocket gophers get in there, and then the dogs dig up my garden, and it makes me angry. But they're so damn cute. Look how cute. Hi. Aren't they cute? I just love them. Alright, darn it, I'm already back here. Yes, I get to go to work now. I'm going to show you what I got done last night before it got dark. I finished the framing, the wood framing, all the way around. Today, I have to cut all the metal and put it up there. Once I get all of that, then I have to put the insulation on. And of course I'll have to do that from underneath. I'm not looking forward to that. But I'll get her done. I'll get her done. Alright, it's time for insulation. So I'm under the belly of the beast. I'm back under Harvey. I'm going to spread out this old tarp. So if you're crawling around without any padding like these, then at least it won't hurt too bad. You have wimpy knees apparently. I think it comes from falling off swing sets. Anyway, So that's my plan for this morning, is to get this tarp spread out. It's a little crunchy in here, but it's still manageable. When we had Harvey at the old location, you couldn't fit underneath here. It was just too tight. Well, I could fit under here. Sure, there are people in this world that could, but I could not. So I'm going to get to work putting down this tarp, and then I will start working on insulation. I made a really cool tool to cut the insulation with the old wood burner I have. It's really cool. All right, you guys can watch. The other thing this will do is bring up dust. What I was gonna say is that I'll use this dirt to seal these holes, because the roofing, you know, has these cutouts. You can see there's light coming in around. There's light coming in on the bottom, so I need to get that covered. I can do it for the outside also. Whew, that was a mistake. Let's get my fan. Well, I don't see any. I don't see any light coming in through the crack there. Now that's good. So now I can put the tarp down. First, I'm gonna get my fan blowing this thing. I had to vacate the premises because I, like an idiot, made it all dusty in here. Got my fan going. It seems to be circulating just fine. So, back at it. The plan is to stay put. Come onto the wood edging there. First, I've got to figure out the tarp. So it's all be doubled underneath here. So I found the seam. So there's my corner. I'm going to stick that up in there, and this runs straight all the way down. Insulation will come sit right here. Go ahead, you can tell me how cool that will be. How cool will that be? No, don't hold back. I want to know. How cool? Please. Feeling insecure, tell me how cool it'll be. No, seriously, don't hold back. Back side done, stapled. And I'm up to the door. Oh, it's dirty here. Now I'm going to work on that side over there. I have the tarp mostly spread out so that it's going to be easier, hopefully. Famous last words. Should be easier. Back at it. Ooh, look what happened. I bumped it with my big butt and cracked the pipe. And now the valve isn't working. So there's water coming down from up here. Can you see the water? It means it's cracked up there, which means I'm going to have to take this off. I can't tell you what a disappointment that is. That was a lot of work. You can see it's sealed up really nicely. Oh, so disappointed, but look at the water pouring out. I'm so disappointed. I just don't remember which drain this is. I can't remember if the whole tank is going to drain. There's the crack right there. Alright, well I'm going to go look for my plumbing parts. So I'm back. So we went home for a couple days and I got back. My plumbing worked. So I need to close this back up. So that's what I'm working on, is getting this tarp completely finished down to the ground, and then I'm going to start cutting insulation. It's time time to get this thing buttoned up. It's supposed to snow Sunday night, but I don't think it will at our elevation. I think it's up higher in the mountains. Do you see all the pinholes in the recycled roofing? So I need to get those sealed up with some caulking just so that it's airtight. It won't be completely airtight. I'm glad I got this much of a start on it because it looks like the fall is coming fast. Alright, that's what I'm doing. I think I'm going to try and add something around this pipe so I don't break it again. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Before I close. Hello again. Back underneath the belly of the beast, Harvey. I have all the metal up on the wood framing. I have the tarp all down. I slapped up these scraps of tarp at the top to kind of block any breeze coming in from the top. I have 2 pieces of insulation cut. And I'm going to pull them in and start trying to attach it. I have some special cutting to do, so it's not going to be just slap, slap, slap. Everything, of course, is, you know, not just a straight line. I can't think of one panel that's going to be an easy straight line. Yeah, so pretty much everything's going to be custom. But I'm getting ready to go. And I remember earlier on this video, and I was like, woohoo, okay, I got a couple pieces of metal up. I should be able to finish it this afternoon. That was a week and a half ago. Yeah. Took me 2 days just to get the flipping tarp down. Of course, not full days, but probably a total of 9 hours, yeah. My knees and my elbows are kind of rug burned from crawling around, doing the army crawl down here. So I have pants on today, even though it's kind of warmish. Whine, moan, bleep, and complain. All right, I'm going to get after it, and I'll leave the camera running so you can see me fumble for a while. These are the pieces in the storage. He's looking iffy. Oh, that's a bummer. Count on this. Alright, I'm going to pop it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it tight. That's a bummer. I can't fit them through the doorway. I could have kept them all in one big piece, then even just the pressure of them would hold them in place. I can't fit them through the doorway. So now I'm going to have to cut them in half. I mean, they break in half. They have a snap joint. Oh, it's such a bummer. Oh, it's so much fun. Things I do. Oh, I can hear Susie screaming about the sound. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. I got my first piece placed. This is a really cool tool I made. It's an old wood burner I had. We found this on the property, actually. It's this copper wire. I don't know where it came from. But we found a roll that had like, I don't know, maybe just 10 feet on it. Really thick, heavy stuff. So I flattened it out with a hammer. And I tried to kind of, I tried to thread it into the wood burner. Kind of worked. So now I've got that heating up, and this just burns right through the foam. It's quite cool. They sell these, high-fangled ones, but I didn't want to buy one. Imagine that. So I made one. Imagine me making my own tools, perfecting something that's already perfect. Go figure. I think the ones you buy might have a temperature control depending on what type of foam you're cutting. Whereas this has no temperature control, it's just hot. Let's see how successful it is. Oh, that's horrific. I have a crack problem. Kind of like Hunter Biden. That was a really bad political joke. But I thought it was funny. Woohoo, number one. So I used a sprayed contact adhesive stick those two back together. Yay, one. It got dark on me, but I got the pull-out done. That's all I got done. I got this corner all taped up and screwed in, and then all the way along there. So I spent another couple hours down here, and I've got this front end finished now. I decided to come in around the doors because there's that fold-up ladder by the door. So I'm going to come in there, and then I'm going to come follow this line here and leave the wheels on that side of the insulation. Okay, down here again. The weather's turning fast. It's about 31 degrees today, and it's all foggy. There's some smoke because of the fires up at Fort Collins and Granby. Grand Lake, it's horrible. Really, really, really tragic fires that we're having here. However, we are supposed to get snow this weekend, and I'm really hopeful that'll help with put out these fires, because it's just taken out thousands and hundreds of thousands of acres and homes, and it's not good. All right, but I'm under here, and we have our new furnace. It's an electric little baseboard heater, basically. I think we might mount it on something so it's not so wobbly. However, do you hear that wiggle? It has a, I believe it has, that's a switch in there that if it flips over, let's see. Yeah, if it flips over, it turns off automatically. And then it turned back on as soon as I put it back on. So that's really good. That should help with, so that's good. It has a 500 and a 1000 watt setting. And then Bruce bought a thermostatically controlled outlet. So we'll stick that in here and maybe set it to about 35, and as soon as it gets down to 35 under here, it'll click this on. Now the push is on for me to get this thing insulated because, you know, it's getting cold. It is 31 degrees outside, and I think about 50 under here, which is pretty good. Laying on this cold ground, it doesn't feel 50, but I'm gonna use a different extension cord under here permanently, one that's a little bit thicker gauge and shorter, so it's just from the outlet underneath. That will be safer. Gotta have safety first. Safety first. Here, not. Like these Vigo. These ones have, I think this is nitrile, whatever that stuff's called, on there. Gives them a good grip, yet they're not big and bulky, so you have a bit more dexterity. I wish they were a little bit smaller. And this is a size medium. I have pretty big hands, so they're obviously men's sizes. But I like them. One little tiny piece of foam. Flippity Jennets. Grab on there. Come on, son. I am happy to report that I'm finally finished. Woohoo! I'm so excited. This has taken a freaking long time. The beginning of this video, 3 weeks ago, I was like, oh yeah, I'll whip this out at another afternoon. Oh my gosh, this took so freaking long. And it was not comfortable cutting up all this insulation under here. And now it's cold. Although I gotta say, it's only about 50 degrees down here, so it's not that bad. But my toes are cold. Alright, let me give you a quick tour. This is the front end. I went ahead and did an angle around the other. There's a log back there that the camper is jacked up on, just like this one. But it's all insulated. I realized that we had more of this. This is Tyvek house wrap, although it's just the Home Depot brand. And we had used all we needed on the barn, so I went ahead and put another layer of this over top of that tarp, because that tarp is so old, it just like is flecking off little pieces of white. Oh, it's driving me crazy. So this is really nice to have this down here. It'll be a nice vapor barrier. It's wrapped up around the sides, as you can see. Just tape there, but I think it should be good. But today, even before I had finished all the insulation, it was 30 degrees outside, and it was 50 down here. And that's pretty darn good. So now that we have it completely insulated, I think it ought to hold it above freezing, no problem. Now, when we aren't here, that's the big issue. When we're not here, and we don't have a fire in the stove up top, that's going to be the big trick. So that's when this heater is really going to be important. Anyway, I'm excited. Thanks for watching along with me. If you liked it, give it a like, give me a comment, tell me how ridiculous you think it is, and share it. That'd be great. Thanks.